Hi everybody, happy Friday. This is David at That Tea Fanatic, and today I'm going to be doing a video on David's Tea returning teas in 2020. Now they released or re-released a whole bunch of old retired teas in 2020. And I'm not talking about like the teas that are seasonal that come back every year, like pumpkin chai and Santa Secret and whatnot. I'm talking about teas that were either retired and came back for a limited time in 2020, or teas that were once seasonal and haven't made a comeback in quite some time. The tea list is quite extensive from last year, which was very exciting. So I'm going to do it in two parts because otherwise the video is going to be way too long. So let's get right down to it, and let's start with teas, or my favorite teas that were re-released in 2020. Now this is not the complete list because I didn't buy them all because some of them I just didn't like. But it is quite an extensive list. So the first one I'm going to start off with is chocolate chili chai. Now this tea was part of the core collection for a bunch of years, and then it was retired, and then it came back last year in the fall. And it is just absolutely one of my favorites. It is probably one of my top two favorite chocolate teas ever. It is not really spicy. It is a black tea. It's got Aleppo and ancho chilies and pieces of chocolate in it, and some flavoring, and it is just creamy and delicious, and it's just super rich. And I had a bunch before it was retired. I stocked up, but then I've been drinking it, of course, all this time, so I was starting to get a little low, and I'm so happy that it came back. It is just absolutely phenomenal. I just love smelling it. Even if I just need a quick little happy pick-me-up, I just go and smell the tea. I don't know if you can see it in there, but you can definitely see the Aleppo and ancho chilies. It's also got some pink peppercorns in there and some chocolate drops. And I think it's just absolutely phenomenal tea. Sad they retired it, but happy it came back. So woohoo on that. I stocked up and got a whole bunch on that one. The next one is a tea that was a seasonal tea from a few summers ago, 2017, I believe it was, and it was Fruity Oasis. Now, this came back for a really limited time last summer. It is a rooibos. Now, it's not a tea that I usually go for, rooibos, but this has tons of hibiscus in it, and it has a lot of aloe in it. It is super hydrating, super tart, and just absolutely delicious. To me, I can't even taste the rooibos, to be honest with you, in it. It's got pineapple as well in there, and it is just absolutely tons of hibiscus in there. You can see all the pieces of the dried fruit. Fruity Oasis. It wasn't that popular when it came out, so I was surprised they brought it back, but happy that they did because I was able to stock up on that, so that was very exciting. Fruity Oasis. The next was another sad retirement. This is again, an old classic. It's been around for many, many years, retired, and then they brought it back, and actually I think it's still available on the website, which is terrific, and it is Toasted Walnut. It is a Sencha-style green tea. Excuse me, not a Sencha, more of a Dragonwell style green tea. I don't have the tin filled up because I have a whole bunch in bags, but it is, I don't know if you can tell in there, but it is very, very, I'll pour some in here. It's more of that flat leaf. It's the Chinese green tea, so it is that wok-fired and pressed down green tea. And in it has got pineapple and coconut and beautiful large pieces of walnut. That's probably a better little, yeah, you can see that better there. And it is just fantastic. You still get that nice green tea flavor, but it is that nice vegetal green tea flavor, not super grassy. And it's just got that little hint of sweetness from the pineapple and the coconut, and then the nutty flavor as well on the finish. And it is just absolutely amazing. Sad that they retired it, but happy it's back and able to stock up on that one as well. The next is, and I forgot what was it. Oh yes, another tea that was, and forgive the glare on this. This is one of those holographic tins that they released a few years ago, so it's super shiny in the light. I love melon teas, especially when they're done well. This is Goji Pop. It is an herbal. It has got goji berries and apple and pineapple and hibiscus and rose hips, and it is just a terrific honeydew melon flavor. A little tiny bit of tartness from the hibiscus and the goji berries, but it is absolutely terrific. Another tea that was, again, part of their core collection, retired, and they brought it back for a limited time last summer. I usually always drink it iced. It is terrifically hydrating and refreshing iced tea. So hopefully you'll be able to restock on that one when it came back last summer. And then I have some ones in some smaller containers here because that's where I put them. And next, I was really surprised to see this come back. This was originally, I believe, a core seasonal tea, and then it was gone for many years. And then they brought it back in 2016 for leap year, and it was only available for a short period of time. And it was Mom's Apple Pie, a pretty simple tea. It is another one of those Dragonwell style green teas. It's pretty simple. It's literally just green tea, apple, and cinnamon, and a little bit of flavoring. It is really nice. It's just super simple green tea, warming, not sweet. It's just really nice and comforting, and I was glad I was able to stock up. It's not like a huge favorite of mine, but it definitely is one that I was happy to get at least a few more ounces of to fill up my tin when that came back. So that was Mom's Apple Pie. And next is another green tea. This one I was, again, really super shocked when it came back and happy that I was able to get it. It was retired back in 2015. It was part of the core collection for a while. I think it came out as part of the Sunshine collection or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it was a long time ago. And it's Kiwi's Big Adventure. The reason why I like this one is because there's not that many teas that really have kiwi as the star ingredient in it. It is a green tea base. It's got some lemongrass in it, a kiwi, of course, and I think some lemon peel as well in there. And it is just absolutely terrific. It is a little bit of that tartness from the lemon peel and the lemongrass and the sweetness from the kiwi in there. Again, very, very simple. It's literally just green tea, lemongrass, lemon peel, kiwi, and flavoring, and I just love it. I've been hoarding it since 2015, and when it came back, I was happy to be able to stock up on that. And next, another one that I was super, super surprised that it came back, but happy it did, because I had run out of it when it came back. Again, it was originally released as I've got to think, 2015 Spring Collection. Then they brought it back, I think, for the Spring Collection the following year in 2016. And it was limited edition both times, and then it was gone. And it is white nectarine, and this I'm going to pour out a little bit because it absolutely is delicious. There's a bunch of different reasons why I like this tea and why I finished it off, and I didn't get tons of it when it was first out, but I did finish it. So it is a Bai Mudan white tea, so beautiful, beautiful large pieces of that white tea in there, and then it also has, of course, nectarine in it and peach and beautiful pieces of apricot. And it's just an ingredient that I absolutely love in teas. There's a lot of teas that have apricot that I really like, although there's not that many. It is juicy, it is light, it is slightly delicate from the white tea in there, but it is just absolutely an amazing tea. It is really good hot, it is even better iced. So white nectarine was one of those that I was very happy to stock up on, and I just love smelling it. It's just super juicy. I mean, that's the best way to describe it when you're drinking it. It's almost like you're drinking juice. It is super, super, super juicy. Smoothie while I take a sip of this iced tea. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm drinking just yet because I have a little surprise at the end of the video that I want to talk about. And the last one for part one is another one of my all-time favorite teas, and in my opinion, it is the best quote-unquote coffee-flavored tea that DavidsTea has ever had. I had a bunch of it. It was retired back in, I think, 2016, early 2016, and I had a bunch of it, but was, slowly drinking through it, so very happy it came back because I bought a whole bunch of it, and that is Espresso Yourself. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite mugs, sorry, I can reach over here, is matching Espresso Yourself mug that they came out with a bunch of years ago, too. They had some matching teaware that matched the names of some of the tea, so I have a bunch of those. But Espresso Yourself is one of my all-time favorites. Black tea base, whole coffee beans. The kicker in this, the roasted chicory root, and that is just absolutely phenomenal. It also has some cinnamon in there as well. And that's really it, and just a little bit of flavoring, and it is organic too. It's fantastic. So it is just very, very simple cinnamon black tea roasted chicory root and whole coffee beans. It is rich. It is toasty and earthy and bold, and you get, you know, a lot of people use chicory root as, just spill a little bit of coffee, nice espresso yourself here, that's all right. As an alternative, chicory root as an alternative to coffee, and a lot of times people will add chicory root to coffee to give it more of a roasty, rich flavor to it. So espresso yourself, that was back for a little while, and absolutely phenomenal, best coffee tea. I know a lot of people will argue with me, they like Coffee Puer or Jumpy Monkey, and I do like both of those, and I have them in my collection, and those are both retired as well. But this is my absolute favorite. And there's a couple others that I like too that have been around for a few years that I enjoy. So those are the teas that I thought were the best that came back in 2020. And this is just part one. Like I said, there's a whole bunch more that I'll be doing in another video. So what am I drinking? I am drinking a tea that literally just popped up on the DavidsTea website today, and I bought a whole bunch of it. I already have a whole bunch, but I drink through this a lot, and I bought a whole bunch more, and that is Mango Boost. So this is an herbal kind of matcha tea. It's very, very cool, very interesting. It is apple, mango, ginger, and some, I think, lychee and mango flavoring, and it's all natural, but it's dusted, the whole thing is dusted with matcha. It is just, and that's why it looks all this murkiness. So when it brews up, so it's got little to no caffeine whatsoever, and that's why I love it. But it's got all that matcha in it, so it does have some benefits in there, and I just think it's absolutely breathtakingly delicious. I love it hot. I love it iced. If you do like juicy mango type drinks, you could barely taste, to me, you can barely taste the ginger, and I love ginger, but to me, you can barely taste it. What really comes through for me is the mango and a hint of matcha in there. And that matcha gives it a little bit of body to it, so it's not just like a straight herbal. It gives it that body to it. So if you haven't had it, I suggest you try it out. And another one that I bought a bunch of today as well that came back, it looks like they launched a little matcha collection today. The other one that came back today I bought a bunch of was matcha ice cream. So this one was a tea that was a limited edition from a matcha collection a few years back. And it's popped up here and there, but it never really kind of like officially relaunched, I don't think. So this one came back. This one's a really cool tea. It is a Dragon Well style Chinese green tea. And it has got almond and white chocolate in it, and like these little sugar granules, and it's dusted with matcha powder. So it's another one of those matcha. They actually had a collection, I think it was called the Matcha Dusted Collection. So it was like Zestfully Green, which is back up again as well on the website, which I love, which I'll be buying more of, and I still have some. The Mango Boost, the Buzz, which was another retired tea that had matcha in it, and matcha ice cream. And it's just sweet and nutty and creamy. I love this one as just a plain hot tea, and I love it as an iced latte. And it does taste like a matcha ice cream when you mix it with milk, but obviously without, you know, not 900 calories for a quart of it or pint or whatever. So matcha ice cream is back up on the website as well. And there's one more. Oh, yes. So also on the website that I noticed today that I ordered a couple of bags of to try was a coconut matcha. DavidsTea had a coconut water matcha a year or two ago, but this one is their first one, a coconut matcha, and it has no sugar added to it. No coconut nectar, no sugar, no stevia, no nothing. It's just natural flavoring and matcha. So I'm very excited to try that. When all these teas come in, I will definitely do an unboxing and give you my first thoughts on that. Do you have a favorite tea that was retired that came back last year? Let me know in the comments. And stay tuned for part 2, hopefully in the next day or two. Thanks, everyone. Happy Friday, and have a great one.